What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be continuing to show you how to make Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 in Minecraft. This is part 44, and in this one, we're going to be doing this little hallway and the cave at the end. Not a ton of progress, but I mean, it does take a while with all the darn slants and stuff going on. But anyway, with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Let's continue the hell hallways, as I call them, because I don't really have a better name. Anyway, I need to stop saying anyway. I was just doing that in the last video I recorded. I said it like probably 30 times in a 40-minute video. Not actually, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm feeling that word today. You want to start by getting out the following. I had to just stop myself there. Stone slabs. Quartz bricks. Polished tough slabs. Polished tough blocks, cyan terracotta, nether brick fences, lanterns, and one singular bamboo slab. There might be more, but I'm just worried about that one right now, because we're going to do the entire layout of this, at least per hallway segment probably. Do the layout of it, and then we're going to kind of just fill in as we need to and prepare ourselves for that, I guess, if you will. So, starting from the right side here, you want to... Well, this block here is an exception. It's just a toss because we don't need it anyway. But left of this coarse dirt on this coarse dirt, you're replacing a stone slab. You're extending that particular stone slab back by 16. I guess extend each of those right by one, I don't really know. I'm still going to leave this gap here at the front over this coarse dirt, because again, it is one of the only ones that I know of that is not real. Each of the other 3 blocks here, this upside down stone stair, this slab, and this block, I guess they're not all blocks, but you get the point. You'll extend back with 17, I think, stone blocks it would be. Whatever makes it level, which should be 17. If I've done my calculations correct. I didn't do any calculations, that was just a hope and a prayer. If you turn, or head to the final area of this hallway, I guess, you want to take the... How do I explain this? You want to take the, not the end row of stone slabs, but the 2 rows before it, and extend each of them to the right with... I just can't count right now. I'm having a problem. 11 stone blocks. I think that was 11. Nice. The row behind it is weird. It's technically a row of slabs, so you're going to go up diagonally back from that with a row of stone slabs. You'll be left with a gap here. We'll worry about it later, because there's 2 things we're going to do that'll get rid of that. Oh my god, in front of these stone blocks you want 2 rows of stone slabs. I'm okay somehow. That was interesting, though. From either slab here, you're going to go over with 2 cyan terracotta, which is just the front and back one, not this guy here. That guy's special. Right of this front row of stone slabs, you'll place a polished tuff. Then go up diagonally right with a polished tuff slab. Right with a block. Up diagonally right with a slab. Right with a block, and then up diagonally right with a slab. You want to follow the trajectory of the incline here, just making sure you go around the cyan terracotta. So from these stone blocks, I'll go up diagonally right with slabs, then right with blocks, etc., etc. I'm going to keep that going. I don't want to say all that again. And you should end with blocks that are in line on the, I guess, like, how far over they go, but it's obviously different Y height. And then again, I'll just go around these and I'll make sure that I copy this. So at the front, really, it's just bringing these 4 blocks forward. And at the back, you are making sure where there's slabs, there's blocks. And where there's blocks, there's slabs up diagonally back. From that point, you should have a slab on the end of both sides, in which you will bring it right with 2 cyan terracotta. Then the one remaining slab here is going to be... Well, I guess we'll actually take the 2 polished tough blocks instead, because I think that just makes more sense. And you want to extend right with 9 stone blocks. You'll place your rows of stone slabs in front, but should be 2 rows where you can. If you can only do 1, you can only do 1, so be it. You'll have 1 row of stone slabs up diagonally back from the stone row here again where you can. And then the end 5 ones, you will bring these stone slabs each back by 4. Which will give you this. Just for funnies, you can break either back corner there, and from where the back corner was, you will count forward diagonally right, and this stone slab can become a bamboo slab. And that is the layout of the hallway we're focused on right now. And then after that, it's 1 more hallway, I think? And then it'd be after that the staircase, after some other stuff before or between the two. There's, I know, like a 1 room and a cave, obviously. Ignoring any of that, we're going to do something as kind of a failsafe in a little bit of a way. I don't want to call it a failsafe, but it's more so of a just assistance for us and a general thing that's nice to do. Underneath each stone slab, you want a stone block. 1, this helps with lighting if it's important. I guess bamboo slab is included, by the way. And maybe polished tuff. Polished tuff isn't as important, but I will go under still. But 1, it helps lighting, and 2, there are areas where we will need to break the slabs for in order to get the detailing in, and just to have the stone already under it is going to make our life a whole lot easier rather than having to go back and fill it all in later unnecessarily. Which will also fill in this gap over here that I mentioned earlier, this little half a block. We have all of these cyan terracotta pillars on except for 2. There are 2 that we are missing. So if you take where the hallway bends for the first time, this stone block right here, or slab, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You want to count right of it by 1 and then all the way back. This stone slab along with the 1 to the right you will break and replace with cyan terracotta. In addition, if you take the opposite side of this same corner, which is this stone slab right here, you want to count forward by 2, all the way left, cyan terracotta here with 1 in front. And those are all your cyan terracottas. They aren't lined up on both sides, just ignore that, it's fine. As for the ceiling, you want to just place, well, I guess the walls first. You want to place quartz bricks kind of up diagonally outside of everything. It'll just be outside of the stone slabs where you have them. But you kind of just want to trace the shape. And I'm going to go directly behind the cyan terracotta because I just feel like that's going to be nice to have in general. And where I will stop is at the end here. You don't want to go around this full shape. You want to, on this side, stop once you just hit the corner. And on the other side, if you were to be in line with that corner, you'll go back an additional 2 with quartz bricks. And I'll just continue to trace like that was never a problem. And over there, around, and yeah. Should give me this. From that point, bring each quartz brick up by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go with 5 for now, yeah. I'm only going to worry about this main hallway portion. Actually, let's stop at the turn. I think that'll just help us a little bit to get the understanding of where the ceiling is positioned, and once we have that, we can kind of work better with it. I'll just go to the same height for even that block. It's fine. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. If I didn't say that yet, I don't think I did. I am for the most part, regardless. Skeptical of myself. Did I say it or did I not? I'll never know. From this point, we're going to take the left wall because that's where these stone blocks are. Your wall should be 6 blocks tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct. You'll then go up diagonally over from that with a row of stone blocks, which will just basically be directly on top of the previous stone. The one thing with this that makes it different is essentially wherever there's an incline, the incline is going to like move over 8 blocks. So essentially, instead of bringing the stone right by 2 rows, you're going to bring it right with 1 row and then 3 rows of upside down stone slabs. And I think that block should stay open. This stone, is that in line with the coarse dirt? It is, so yeah, I'll keep that open. Ignore the top of the wall for now, that's fine. However, there's one part where this does get a little bit weird, which is later on. I'm not worried about it just yet. But right of that row of the third row of stone slabs, you want at the back 3 blocks, you want to stone blocks up diagonally back, and then at the front 2, you want upside down stone slabs still just going right. The frontmost stone block here, I will extend to the right by 13. Which will be kind of midway through the staircase. It'll be 1 block past the cyan terracotta. From there, that stone block will be brought up by 3. And then I'll just keep bringing it right until it's 1 off the end here. That pattern you'll copy forward a row almost entirely. The area where it would stop actually doesn't exist, so we're just going to go until that weird stone slab row. Again, there's a lot of details that get embedded into the ceiling, so there's going to be some areas like this where it's inconsistent. Like, I'll actually make that a block just because I just assumed it was a slab for whatever reason. Probably because of the way the red nether brick is working, but doesn't matter a ton either way. But anyway, in front of that, you want a row of upside down stone slabs down diagonally forward, which does pretty much the same thing. Obviously, the only difference is here where it goes up, you're just placing... It's kind of just shifted down. Like, there's nothing really crazy about it. It just looks like this. And behind it, again, same thing, where you have just 2 rows of upside down stone slabs here, which should just start immediately from that first row. And I'll just go 1 higher this time. And then after that backmost row, you just want to stop, because as far as I'm aware, you don't want to go further than that. Well, I'll go a 3rd row where the wall, like, ends between the walls here. I'll go a 3rd row of upside down stone slabs, but then you definitely want to stop. So, yeah. I would bring your quartz bricks and cyan terracottas all the way up until they just fill in whatever gaps you would have. For the cyan terracotta specifically, you might have to break some stone slabs depending on how you did it. That's fine. Don't really think too hard about it. And yeah, there's no angles or anything here. I think I tried to do one and it just looked horrendous, although that might have been the next hallway. I, like, vividly remember making these hallways, but not enough to actually give you any useful information about them. Other than the fact they sucked and I hated them. And I think that still holds true right now. Doing tutorials on normal builds is hard enough sometimes, but then you throw in a build that's angled like this, and it's like, ah, fun. You're telling me I gotta know the numbers and the angles, and how, like, the angles make sense? Because, you know, for building, I think, in general, for me especially, like, it becomes just second nature to know those things. But when you're doing a tutorial, it definitely changes, because you're not thinking about how you should do that angle or playing around with it. You're thinking about how you did it originally, rather than exactly what you need to do to replicate, or rather than, I guess, what you need to make a good angle. You're thinking about replicating it, which I think makes it a little bit weirder rather than just free going with it. I would like to kind of, at some point, just experiment with doing, like, a loose tutorial. When I say loose, I mean, like, for a suburban house where I make the design in the tutorial. Not something I would do, and if I did do it, it would be, like, I would obviously mark and say, hey, just so you guys know, this is all, like, raw. I didn't know what I was building. I was building just based off, you know, whatever I think made sense. Like, I think that'd be fun to kind of do for a build. Just see how that goes in general. Anywho, lighting is our next step. If you take this first bend of the hallway, you're taking the back left-hand stone and counting forward by 3 and right by 1 and placing a lantern. Turning right and heading along, you're going to, from the back, you're going to count forward to the 7th stone. So first is the very end one, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, nether brick, fence, lantern. Continuing along, you're going to take the 3rd stone beyond the, I guess, slope up, and you'll place a fence and lantern again. Continue along, and not on the, I guess, the 3rd to last stone, you'll do the same thing. Fence, lantern. Nice. Instead of worrying about materials and stuff, I mean, we are going to worry about materials, but I'm not going to be like, okay, here's what we need for this segment. We're just going to go through and kind of clear what we can as we do. The only exceptions will be certain pipes that end up, like, going through most of the ceiling. We will make the entire thing of this. But anyway, you want to start by getting out the following. Bamboo fence. A stone stair. Mangrove fence gates. One thing we will do now, I think, entirely is the tough slabs and cobblestone slabs, because those are just annoying and it's nice to get them out of the way. But bamboo trap doors, excuse me. Pale oak fence gates. I was just getting ahead of myself. Pale oak fences. And we'll go dark oak fence gates. So let's start with the cobblestone and tough. So again, it's same thing. If I tell you to place a slab or block, just place that. Don't think any further. First thing though, if you have this gap where the coarse dirt is, it'll be the second slab back on the far right. If you don't, whatever, just count back to that one. And then count back an additional 3, and you'll place a stone stair facing back to start. Behind it, you want a block. And both left and behind that block, you'll have slabs. Continue back and leave a gap of 3. Moving back, and then you're going to just place 4 slabs in the floor. Left of the front 3, you want more slabs. That was way too perfect, but it's fine. Left of the front row, just to the right of the cyan terracotta pillar, you want a block here. Behind it, 2 slabs. And then a block. Then back diagonally left from that with a block, all on the floor still. And then you'll head forward with a slab. Block not in the floor, and then slab in the very corner. There's, I want to say a little bit more. Yes. Yeah, there's a little bit more. So you head all the way to just beyond the staircase here, and just beyond this final cyan terracotta pillar on the right. And just to the right of it, you'll break this slab and replace it with a block with a slab on top. Right of that, you want another block. Behind each of those, you want more blocks. And then left of that row, you want a slab in place of this slab. In addition, back right here in the very end, just in front of this gap, you replace this slab with a block. 2 more blocks in front. On top of the middle block, a slab, and then left of that middle block, another block, and then behind that block, a slab in the floor. And that should be all the cobblestone and tough. I think there's a couple things we'll have to worry about later. Still with, not them particularly, but there was something else I think I noticed. Oh yeah, there's like basalt or something that needs to be textured. But not quite important yet. Starting on the right side, where this coarse dirt is. You better know where it is now. You want to just place bamboo fence going floor to ceiling. Both slabs should already be missing. If they're not, remove them. So it works properly, God. You'll count back by 3 from that to the stone stair and place, never mind, I don't have iron bars, really. You can get rid of the stone stairs and get out iron bars and place 2 on top. Behind that, you want a row of mangrove fence gates going floor to ceiling, all open into the wall. You're not breaking the slab on the ceiling for this one. I feel like we should have probably coded this as well, but you win some, you lose some. Beyond that, a block, you want to count left to the middle stone of the 3 here, and you want to place 2 pale oak fence gates on top of each other, just kind of chilling there. Off the left, right, and top, you're going to place bamboo trap doors that are opened or closed in whatever fashion to create this. Should be familiar at this point because we've done a lot of these. Back to the right side, beyond the mangrove fence gates and this slab. This stone slab here, you're breaking and replacing with a pale oak fence. Extend it up by 2. Back by 6. Then right by 4. And then you'll connect up and break the stone slab. Yeah, we'll end up with the gaps now. We'll end up just filling them in later. That's not a huge deal. Unfortunate I forgot to consider that, but, you know, it is what it is. Head back to the original row of pale oak fence and count up by 2 and place 2 bamboo fence extending left from this block. This is going to be a weird one. You're going to have to trust the process. Extend back by 3. And then extend each of those back 2 fences right by 1 each. The front fence of those 2 you'll bring up by just 1. And out of this this row of 2 up against the wall, you will extend this back an additional, I believe, 3. Yes. And then you'll extend right by 2 and connect up into the ceiling again, breaking whatever slabs in your way. From this, you want to take the very corner bamboo fence, which is this one, and count forward by 2 and place a fence below that one. Count forward an additional 1, and this little row of 2 fences you will extend left by what should be 2 to connect into the cyan terracotta pillar. The end fence there you'll extend, Jesus, forward by 3 and then left by 1. The block to the right of this fence you'll bring up 1 and then forward 3. And I don't know what I'm looking at, but I'm looking at an amalgamation of fences that should look as so. Cool. One more thing, I think, with this set of materials, yeah. Heading back a little bit, where this bamboo fence is, it connects into the pale oak. Just above that, you want a dark oak fence kind of sticking out of the wall like so. In addition, another one behind it, which is the back 2 rows of quartz bricks. You can actually just, like, look directly up at the ceiling and place off the ceiling, but you're going to place 2 rows of dark oak fence gates crossing there. Fence gates are so good for pipes like that. They just, like, work well, because they don't connect and they're perfectly spaced, I feel like. I don't know. I guess not perfectly, but it works. Anywho. Trying to see if there's anything else, like, important. We can clear our inventory. And get out red nether bricks. Red nether brick slabs. Cauldron. And then you want the following concretes. You want blue, yellow, magenta, and then you want the following terracottas. You want yellow and light blue. That's really it. And in addition, we will go with smooth basalt, which is in the stone section if you are unfamiliar. I know it's kind of a weird one. I've been using it recently, so I know where it is. Anyway, heading back to the front on the ceiling, where you have this upside down stone stair here. The stone block behind it wants to become a red nether brick, if you have a stone block there. Whatever it is, it wants to be red nether brick. You're going to extend this all the way back, breaking the upside down stone slabs as you go, until you are 2 blocks beyond the corner. So it'll be also 3 off the end wall would help to know. I'll fill this from the outside. Except for this block. I would love to stay inside. There we go. From this back red nether brick, you'll extend it right with a block. And then right with pretty much upside down slabs until the cyan terracotta pillar on the front appears. You want to just end before it a block like so. Because then from there you'll go back with an upside down red nether brick slab, and both the upside down slabs beyond that will be replaced with red nether brick blocks. It's really the only pipe that is taking up a large portion of the ceiling, as far as I'm aware. I think that's the only pipe on the ceiling, other than the ones we've already done, yeah. On the left wall here, heading back to the beginning, which is here, just beyond this cyan terracotta pillar and beyond the little dirt pile here, you're going to, I guess, be 2 blocks beyond the cyan terracotta, and you'll break 2 quartz bricks at high level. Break 2 rows up from that. The top row is entirely yellow terracotta. If you're looking at the remaining 2x2, the bottom right is blue, bottom left is yellow concrete, top left is magenta, and top right is light blue terracotta. That bottom right should have been blue concrete. I just didn't want to say concrete, but I have to say it anyway to clarify. Anyway, beyond that, there it is again. From this stone block corner, you'll count forward by 1 and place a cauldron. You'll count right by 2 from that and break this stone and replace it with a smooth basalt along with the one behind. Also from that smooth basalt, this front one, I guess actually no, we'll go back one, that would make more sense. You'll count right by 2, and whatever is here, it should be a stone slab you're breaking and replacing with a smooth basalt. Left of that smooth basalt, you'll break this stone slab and you'll place a full row of yellow terracotta going floor to ceiling, and you're going to break whatever's in your way. You can clear your inventory again and get out. Deep slate tile slab, we need 1. Red nether brick walls. You're going to have to trust the process here. I know this is a weird, like, set of materials, but waxed, weathered, cut copper stairs. Can I grab the waxed one? Thank you. Waxed, weathered, cut copper blocks. Or I guess this pipe is really what's weird. The inventory particularly isn't weird. Waxed, weathered, cut copper, or waxed, weathered copper trapdoors, whatever they're called. Mangrove slabs. Bamboo fence. Dark oak trap doors. And we're going to just leave it there, actually. In front of this yellow terracotta, you want a deep slate tile slab in place of the stone slab. To the left of the yellow terracotta, you want a row of red nether brick walls going floor to ceiling. Again, you'll break the slab in your way. This part is weird. In the corner, you're going to place 2 waxed weathered cut copper extending up. Up from there, you'll place a stair facing left. Right of that, an upside down stair facing right. And then on top of that, they can either be upside down or right side up, but you want waxed weathered cut copper stairs breaking even through the slab here in the ceiling. Well, actually, the top one I have in place of this stone block, I think it is. Yeah, I have it a full block of copper. But just underneath that, I have upside down stairs facing into the wall. I'll explain this in a sec. Off the left of those, I'm going to place waxed weathered copper trapdoors open up against the stairs, like so. This is so you can't see the stairs from this side, at least. Obviously, I guess you can a little bit, but that's not a huge deal. It's so the stairs and the walls do not connect. I just didn't want the walls connecting. That's really the only reason. Oh yeah, we did forget something. Get out pale oak buttons. And between these two pipes, you want to place a pale oak button on the floor. Count forward 2, left 1, button. Forward 1, right 2, button. Continue heading right until you're on this corner of quartz brick, and you're going to place a mangrove slab just kind of there. Going right of it or that way, you'll place 4 slabs, and then an upside down mangrove slab. Extend it up with planks until it goes through the slab ceiling. Beyond that, you'll take the first full plank and count over by 3, and on the next 2 blocks at this level, you'll place dark oak trapdoors open up against the quartz. Directing our attention back to the opposite wall, you'll take this cyan terracotta pillar here just to the right of the yellow row from this pipe, and to the right of it, again breaking the floor, you're going to place 4 nether brick walls extending up. Right of that, you want a row of 5 bamboo fences. We do need the dark oak trapdoors for this next part, but we'll clear our inventory because I don't know if we'll actually immediately get them. That was... Oh wait, I forgot that was a thing. Hold on, I'm getting sidetracked here. Huh, interesting. That's kind of useless, but it's cool, I guess. And you want to head through the staircase anyway. I got entirely distracted there. You want to get out cyan terracotta, light gray concrete, iron bars. Okay, we probably will get them immediately, actually, because there's not a bunch here. Mangrove fence, cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate stairs, black concrete, mangrove root, and dark oak trapdoors. Last thing we got. So just beyond the cyan terracotta on the right side here, you want to take the second row of quartz bricks, and you're going to break these bottom 3 visible ones and replace them with cyan terracotta. And extend each of them out with 3 iron bars. Extend the iron bars. I'm going to just start with the bottom here. Left with 2 rows. Then leave a gap of 1 and place 2 up against the wall here. Nice. Up against the wall here, just kind of, I guess between, or up against the iron bars and this left wall here, you're going to break this slab and place 2 mangrove fences extending up. Back diagonally, right, you want a cobble deep sit in the floor, which will extend up by 2, and then up with a stair. Right of each of the 3 cobble deep set blocks, you'll break the quartz bricks in the wall and replace them with light gray concrete. Some machine or something, I don't remember. Leave a gap of 1 extending up from the right half of that, if you're looking at it, and you'll break this quartz brick and replace it with a black concrete. Place a mangrove root off of that, and then off each side of that, you'll place dark oak trapdoors open up against it, or closed, or whatever, just not the actual front side. Kind of looks like a TV. If it was like broken TV. Moving on, I think this is the last set for this hallway before we need to start doing the next cave section, and then we have the next hallway, which is absolute hell. I hate that one. You want to get out the following: bamboo stairs, bamboo trapdoors, mangrove trapdoors, and polished deep slate slabs, and that should be everything. First off, on the floor, just off the stone, or off the iron bars here, to the left of them, if you're heading kind of towards the opening, you'll place a bamboo stair facing into the iron bars. Off the one side that you can, you'll place a bamboo trapdoor open up against it, which is really just any side but the top. Or the only side you can do but the top. Heading back towards the beginning of this hallway a little bit, you'll take this cyan terracotta pillar on the back half of the staircase, and from the top cyan terracotta that you can, you'll place an opposite on polished deep set slab, kind of in front of it, like so. You'll extend that back diagonally left one, and then keep extending that upside down slab back until you're one beyond the lantern here. You'll then extend left one, so you're kind of wrapping around it. Directly above that, off of this row of stone slabs on the far side of the room, you're going to crouch place a mangrove trapdoor. Or I guess just place a mangrove trapdoor there. Leave a one block gap and place one over what would be this little, I think it's a vent where the mangrove root is, or whatever it is. It's not a huge deal either way. You'll extend these moving towards you with 4 mangrove trapdoors, which should be the end of the ceiling, and then you'll crouch place another one off of that, and you'll open it up against the rest of them to give you that kind of broken open effect again. Before we do anything else, I'd head to the top, and you might want to coat all the stone slabs just because, but I'm really just going to go where I see gaps, which are the walls and the fences. There's only 3, which I guess isn't bad. But were there more on the underside? I guess I can't tell from that way. There probably was, though. There's 2 right there. So yeah, 3, 4. I guess that's all, really. Carrying on, again, we're gonna just get out coarse dirt, and anything else? We kind of can't do much with this. We'll get out stone stairs and stone slabs just because, but we can't really do a ton. So we'll start on the left side from this quartz brick pillar, and you want to just place coarse dirt behind it that is as tall as it. You'll then essentially extend the coarse dirt up a block and extend it all the way right until you are up diagonally or connected to that wall. That end coarse dirt you'll bring back 1, down diagonally back 1, down 1, down diagonally right 1, down by 3, and then down diagonally right 1 again. From the top of this coarse dirt, this little row of 2, you want to extend it up an additional 3. You'll then go up diagonally right by 1. Place kind of as a placeholder a stone block on top, and then left of that you'll place an upside down stone stair facing left. So in case you don't want to do all this jazz, here's the hole. We'll actually start with the hole because funny. Behind this stone stair you want a block. Left of that block an upside down stair facing forward. Left of that a block. Slab. Block. And then you'll go forward with block. Stair facing right. Slab. Then go with slabs, you'll go right, forward, right 2, back, and then you can go back diagonally right with a stone block, which would connect into the upside down stone stair from before. That is the hole to the next area. So again, if you don't want to do the cave terraforming exactly as I did, then you can just move on, because that should be the end of this part. We're going to just go row by row, taking the stone at the top and connecting it down wherever. So in front of what we just did, this stone block, you're just connecting it straight down with coarse dirt. It should be 3. This slab here, the kind of diagonal one, you'll do the same, down with 3. Next stone slab forward, you'll bring down with 2 coarse dirt, then go down diagonally forward. Next one, it won't be this diagonal one, it'll be the one behind it. You'll bring down with 1 coarse dirt, then down diagonally back and down. You'll then take the... should be the next corner one, I think. Yeah, this one. Just before the... you see you have this stair here. It's just in front of that stair. You'll place a coarse dirt down. And that's really all we can do with that one, I think, right? Yeah, pretty much. Because from the next stair, you're going to go down diagonally left with a coarse dirt. Down diagonally right. Down by 4. Down diagonally left, and then you'll connect the rest of the way down. I love words. The stone block beyond that, you're going to bring down with 3 coarse dirt. Then go down diagonally right. Down 3. Then you'll go left. And connect down. Should end up in the corner. We should just end up around these stone slabs at all times. Also, in addition, you can kind of just, the next stone slab over on the floor here, you'll just kind of behind it place a coarse dirt and extend it up to connect into that. In addition, the top of this row, you're going to go up diagonally back with a coarse dirt and just connect it perfectly up into this slab. I guess you could have brought the slab down, but easy is for losers. Next stone block to the right, you're going to go down diagonally back with a coarse dirt. Down diagonally forward, and then just bring it all the way down. Next one over, you're going to go down diagonally back with a coarse dirt. Down 2. Down diagonally forward, and then connect all the way down with coarse dirt. We really just have this corner left, which what you're going to do is not directly under the stone block, basically off any side of it you're placing the coarse dirt. You're just bringing these 2 rows of coarse dirt out, which should connect them. And then the 2 blocks below, which are, you're going to take these 2 coarse dirt, I suppose, from the row in front and just bring them back to fill that gap. Also below, you're filling in this gap by extending the kind of backmost row of coarse dirt right. And yeah, that actually is kind of funny that we managed to do, we did cave, well I guess we did cave, hallway cave, and then we did hallway cave, and I guess it'll be hallway cave again, although I don't actually think we'll get to that cave because this hallway is a little bit complicated. But anyway, once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 part, I'm not even sure anymore. It's like 45 or something, 44, somewhere around there in that general range. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, specifically to members, I do apologize. The timing of these has been weird. I'm trying not to burn myself out, especially with these hallways. I think once we hit a certain point, I'll be able to cruise a little bit more. But these hallways are just painful to do both mentally and physically. So I'm trying to split it up by doing, I did the Alpha 4 interior, and I did Granny today, which you won't probably get yet, but I'll let you know when I probably am planning to do that at some point whenever I'm closer to having all the parts ready. But yeah, that being said, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.